What is up, Yins? Today I'm going to take this Transition Rapture. This is my favorite single-speed cyclocross bike. It's my favorite bike I've ever owned. Paid $450 for it, and today I'm going to be hopefully adapting this headset so that we can run both a tapered fork like that we have on here now, and a straight fork like this OEM steel fork that came on it with a sweet ride. I want to be able to run the same headset with both of these different style forks. And the other thing we'll do is we'll put in a new bottom bracket. This one's smoked from a cyclocross race back in December of two years ago. And then we're going to throw on some new bar tape, and we're going to enjoy this thing. Alright, so we got sweet overnight parts from Japan here. We've got bar tape, a bottom bracket, and a 1.5 inch to 1 1/8 straight steer tube bearing race. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is just knock out this bottom bracket, because this should be an easy job. BB 6200. So drop the wheel. 8mm. Self-extracting. Okay, I've got my trusty Shimano TL-FC32. It's a pretty standard bottom bracket tool. Drive side, so this would be a reverse thread, little tiny bit of grease. Take a look at this headset race I got. So this was to be a 40 series, which is, you know what this is. I think this is a 44mm headset, and this adapter is to go on a straight fork and to be able to be used on a tapered headset. So ideally this should just fit in here like so. And that seems sweet. So that's perfect. So we'll just install this race on this fork. Of course, I'll put some grease on there in a second. And since everything looks to be a go, we'll remove our brake caliper. Put this on our fork. Try to get it nice and even. And see what we got here as far as installation goes. I got just a standard race crown driver here. Just want to get this nice and level before I start going at it. It's coming along quite nicely. And you can hear the change in sound, so that's definitely on there. So that looks sweet. So now we're just gonna get some grease in here again, re-grease our bottom bearing. All right, so we got this nice and greased up. We're just gonna, and I've got my expander nut in here up top already. So I'm just gonna make sure this fits up in here nice and flush. looks nice on the bottom. I put my expander spacer in. I like to put the gap to the side so we don't have forces being applied to it. And then just gonna put this seal on. Put my spacers on. And my stem. Can't have that dirt there. Alright, so this top cap is not for a standard star nut. So this is a steel tube fork, just has a standard star nut down in there. This was for a carbon, doesn't have a star nut. It has basically a plunger in it. So let me tighten this up while I find my star nut. Okay, so I found what must have maybe come with the headset, which is a standard star nut and top cap. I never installed the star nut because, again, I used this on a carbon fork, and the carbon fork will not have a star nut in it because this would scratch the carbon and theoretically compromise it. So instead you have a rubber expander plug down in there, and that's what the old top cap would fit, like this. So I'll just put that with that for storage, and I can use this top cap as is. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is install my brakes back on. Now, these are BB5s, and when I adjust these, these are really easy to work on. You can kind of look down through the rotor and you can see where you have one space on one side or the other. So this knob here will control your space on the inside, and usually you'll do your cable adjustment to adjust your outside. So I can see my inside's a little close, so I'm just going to back this off 2 turns. No rubbing. I'm going to tighten it up 1 turn. I can hear a faint amount of rub, so I'll go back out. Still hear a faint amount there. Back out again. Okay, and I'm clear there, so then no rubbing there. Okay, and then the adjustments for the outside I'll typically do from the cable itself here. So as I tighten this barrel adjuster or loosen it, you can actually see this move. So I'm just going to get this to where I can see that it's close with no rubbing. Perfect. So now I'm ready for that sweet feel of a steel fork again with the steel frame. Now we just do bar tape. Alright, so that's going to be a wrap for this. We got the transition Rapture all set up and ready to ride again. We got the new bar tape, new bottom bracket, and we got our original sweet steel fork on here with the existing headset. So again, if you're ever thinking about running 2 forks, different types, got a tapered head tube and a straight steer tube, and you want to use the same headset, think about using a converter or a spacer. Which seems like it's going to work awesome. That's actually what the bike came with. OEM, it came with an FSA headset that had the same type of crown race on it, like a larger diameter for 1.5 inch. So we should be good to go. We're going to throw some pedals on and we're going to go ride it, and try to get some video of it. So if you like bicycle content, you like tech tips, how-tos, bike content, be sure to subscribe and follow me on Instagram at Dumpster on Wheels. Until next time, have a good day.